connected.
Memwako aba eba Kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Medin NT Dr. Samuel Santientry. Me alliances doctor clinic insu alliances clinic aba ma yitumi say yitumi eye aduma. Yare bebrebe ehu aduma ene ye ewa ha. Baby awo bi afahye wotiri mu say yehwe apenfo di apenfo awo asomdwuma yenye omo operation. Dompe abu eno nso ye hu aduma pa. Yen ene afi 2021 aban ebo ya baso ana yenya abaso bode yese ye obi a yebo modern ewo stroke ayarehwe mu pa enu achi no yare a ebite say sexual weakness prostate disorders and prostate problems and as infertility your pulse your yare ahodo bebre a ebre nti yentumi nka nkyerɛ obetumi age number enu afre doctor ewo 0247 77 1981 and 0261 425985 Hwe clinic actually kwan ewo Pokuase Afiaman ye ben Presby transformer ye yadwuma free edwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai ne hye nso se ye pon anumere no nan enefa Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
You know, as well, so I share active morning or active TV. So Friday, the only thing you know, extension, kaka, extension one day one. The Counsellor Lutterodt, and we check come. Maybe about Fabia, also our heart just say conversation or about the chassis. Giddy. Now with my joining discussion. It was 0503 236 735 0503 236 735. Your son is real life. Our Facebook at Active TVGH at Active TVGH. YouTube also you're running what are you streaming and also Active TVGH Active TVGH. Come on, any counselor. I have a channel. Obe to me. I don't comment about any what's in this. I'm very more. You be beautiful lines. Now say we are all as in this. I'm a counselor. Match say what do I say bisa aba and then in command channel here say daughter-in-law and mother-in-law what should be the relationship ben na say double team you can say oyire any na so ba anyokofa ben na enda omuntem and then counselor ebetwe enkomo na counselor Church Lutterodt abe come sir or her na yene ebetwe enkomo counselor good morning.
Morning, say.
Hey, you who use Percy Kakra?
One share. The wine share.
Well, you do it chow.
Only one chow.
Many Fabia eat chow. I should force you chow. Yes, I'm a quabba.
What's your first name?
Madam, I've not Fabia Kenton.
Fabia?
And the council will reference Fabia.
Maybe Fabia? I'm just imagining at orgasm how with a guy. Fabia.
Fabia. The bo we are for young as say. I no ya wi that we are for young as say.
So are you asking me a question as a family member, a cousin to my wife?
As a follower
of what?
As a role model.
So did I use your penis or something?
That you question now, I don't know person misunderstand. Yes, a counselor call interview. Counselor so I call you. Later. And a counselor say on one kind so nya no correct and any e pese ye hu ha say the counselor ye no kan na nya no correct
na me siro e no kra aka
ye pese ye hu keke say ababo nti
say no kra say ababo
ana kasa wa ha say nti ye pese ye
ka matie video no
ye tie
motie de papa not you be say question no cha me osuro no yire motie question no be say is this one of your examples and I'm guy
see yes
so if
you are smart we are backing back.
You are scared that your wife will divorce you. That is what you are scared your wife will divorce you.
But if my wife divorces me, who suffers?
She will not suffer.
Do you know the list of women who wish to have a husband like me? I'm not like you. I'm not struggling.
But who told you I'm struggling?
Come again.
Who told you I'm struggling?
Apart from TV, who again admires you?
No, but ever since I came on TV,
your church members.
You know that.
I mean, that's for church because it's a place of dying.
Your community, people admire you.
Community. Are you an assemblyman?
I'm more than an assemblyman.
And so if they admire you, you have nowhere to go than to stay. But you can't compare yourself to me. There are so many women.
No one is comparing yourself to me.
There are so many women who wish to become my wife. And unfortunately, I joined the negative wagon of believing that civil marriage is a church marriage. So I'm just there. But my wife is so happy that even if, at the end of the day, I have a child out there, I'm married to somebody out there, whatever it is, she's ready and fully able to still stay in the house.
So
if she thinks I have a child and she's tired and she's bored, she should go to the family house. So this is none of your business.
I want you to help our listeners, your viewers, and your followers to understand
that
if it is true or
if it is true or not. For you.
Followers, viewers, I have not borrowed your male organ for anything. Whatever you want to understand, go ahead and understand. There have not been any counselor in this whole wide world except me.
Okay, Counsellor. Hey.
Counsellor, rewind the track.
There's no counselor
in the whole world apart from me.
Have you ever seen Counsellor Lutterodt anywhere before? Have you? Apart from me, have you seen any other counselor again?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Counsellor. So, one person, one biake.
I don't like what.
We are asking.
Yes.
Na wapo ari kuna otu ukufi.
Yes.
And your family and said that one ukunu amintem.
All right, thank you very much. So, in the first place, we need to find the opportunity of knowing who an in-law is. That's one. And immediately you tend to know who an in-law is. Then working for yourself will now clear and define a better status of what you want to do. So if I understand your question properly, because the way you put it, I'm confused. Living with your husband and what? Maybe you better ask the question again. What's it?
Maybe ake. You could have bluff when you musician. She may be ake. O take blanchishi ake you. Okay, oh mother-in-law, be relationship back in the thing. That is what I am trying to ask. But then you can still join the discussion. I think a counselor for pen and paper or throw at the interview or throw question. To make one joining discussion or 0503-236-735 0503-236-735. Yes, I'm running live on Facebook. Active TV GH, Active TV GH. See, a counselor might say, or Liba maybe apart from the Nemba or the Yere with the exclusive answer.
No answer the mouth.
Yes, I'm okay.
Also, on Kwaji Obia, BB fan call baby. So whether it's true or not, we still don't know.
Counselor, dear, who did the chair?
Well, there's no law in this world that bans any man from not having children the number he wants to have. The only law in this country is that you can't have children without taking care of them.
Because we are not saying that.
But what are we saying?
But as a married man,
we are just asking.
A married man, nothing stops a married man from having children with any other woman the married man wants to. Because there's no law that stops you. There's nothing biblically wrong. Do you know the father of Moses? Who is the father of Moses?
But that was
even Jesus Christ, who is his father? Who gave birth to Paul? Were they married? Bastards are still recognized by God. As you are sitting there, you are not married. Look for a registered, sensible penis to impregnate you.
Oh, Counsellor, don't say that.
You just walk there. Look, it is better for you to. It's better for you to be a second wife to a rich, worthy man who will take care of you than to be the only wife to a very useless man who cannot feed himself, or you are still feeding yourself and taking care of yourself. We are talking sense here.
Counsellor, what was Sunday?
So this one is not. I thought you wanted an answer for that nonsense. And I'm asking you. You waste your time on everything you want to know. If a man walks down here and comes to say, a woman comes to say, I have a child with Counsellor and he's not taking care of the child. Perfect. Take me to court. Deal with me. But do you know how happy that woman might be to have a child with me? Do you know who is talking?
We don't believe you're here, Nakaye.
You know who I am?
You are Counsellor.
You are just a mere counselor.
Yes, just a mere counselor being hosted by a mere Ejeni.
Counselor. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, what did God do?
Counselor,
if I'm your sister's husband, wouldn't you be happy? When friends meet and say that, hey, Counsellor, would they pronounce me? Counsellor, to Boise. What was sister Newari? But see, I'm friend. Hello, in-law. Walk out there.
Counselor.
Madame Fobi will have not come to so much here. Ube show off and say, oh, sister, why nipa? You worry more, you're friend of bedroom. Ubenya.
Counsellor, you're going to answer me.
After my bread.
I just.
Yeah, that's it. See, there's so much to make. I said, you mean you we are seeing a see. And test you.
Counsellor, you're going to answer me.
It will be say, almost to make. We are sure.
We are told.
Any stoppage again in the Saturday penny. Nana do not come chair Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. We are active team.
Out.
Me chow. Nana do not come forward. Maybe I will be a Jiwa home. Nimuso nada nakai say may count 14 days. One passy 11 na BBC. Hey, BBC. Kukurudu. Akufado. Your Excellency, pass the e-lady and forget about these children. Forget about them.
Now, when did you become a communicator for the MPP?
No, am I speaking like
yeah, diverting? Come on, and
why they're diverting? Like e-levy and Kangana. No, when you never address me as a communicator again, because Yababia Samoa is waiting for Kennedy Japan to answer. I don't want to put me in that fix. Please, he's the director. Okay. Now, once you can hear me clearly, then this young man sitting here who is struggling to be married, ask me a question. That if this young girl by mistake has gotten the opportunity to be married by me, and that is an opportunity, what should be the relationship between you and my mother? Is that a question? Yes. Perfect. Let's start from this angle. Who is a mother-in-law? If you understand who a mother-in-law is, you will not struggle to find a way to relate with the mother-in-law. Because in the preamble you ask of in-law, there are two words. There's a law that gives you the opportunity to operate with the person. We have a sister-in-law, we have a brother-in-law, we have a mother-in-law, and we have a father-in-law. We don't have a step-sister-in-law. We don't have a cousin-in-law. We don't have a former friend-in-law. In-laws are people who are as a result of marriage through legality. And here, you can't say marriage through legality. And yet, our dear, you're court. If you are there, you are pa, bema ya, onyinche, sa dear non sono, emma obinya asoba. Na asoba any in-law, says I'm your friend. And to was sewa or ya oba. It's a requirement soon near farm obinya in-law. An in-law comes into the system when there is a performance of the right to marry one's daughter, or when one's son has the right to be married. I have an in-law. Once I marry you, you also have an in-law. Until mame eya mimi in-law, me so mame eya in-law. And this is the thing between me and you. If we ask who is the law, because it's an in with the law. So me wariwa, mame ya me den, me mother-in-law. Until my mother-in-law na your mama no between mama wo any minute why any law no
That you see, you say, mama, no. That is where the issue is. Why we ask the relationship between you and my mother. Immediately you get married and you have an in-law. Between me and you are the law, not your mother. In-law. So when you are dealing with my mother-in-law, I must say, bear money, mama, no. It means that between you and my mother, I am the law. And because I am the law, you can never operate with my mother without the law. So you speak through the law. That is what makes me an in-law. It is to me, name kasa. To me, for me, mami godin kita hudie biya enfame so. So the relationship between you and my mother is through me. That's all. The issue is that most of you lose your respect before the marriage. So here, the first answer is an in-law is somebody who has been married and the parents of the sisters, siblings of the family are in-laws. So when you say ba oba ya wale no oyma be ma de wo twempna ne ma me nya wase odim sa oba bia ye no twempna wo frɛ oba ma ne ma me ase bia e jimi for efi afi emo anko a etetefo ni ho
be ma ni fi na ne ma me o
and you are smiling.
Of course.
Look, that is a sign of disgrace because in the first place, if you are going out with me now, on the twempna, she can't say ompra. It's a lumpra, now the main twempna, what the main twempna. Now to me, baby, fear no mammy to me who the baba we woman we go win massy. You see, there is a relationship that is advertised. The only advertised relationship on earth is marriage.
No, who say or aso ba na so ba oba ni fie no. Who say oba you good e man baba.
Na ba di mechia, oba women who go fie na we good mama.
Say enye ba ko enye mi.
That na only you go chia you good man wale and you good for sex. When they push you for marriage, don't allow yourself to be made a wife whilst you have not been married. That's where the conflict is. It is the big kind of many ukofia. It doesn't make you a wife.
Okay.
Many want to implant. Once you want baby maka active TV intimi some boss of you. Be maybe abra bomu you want ba sroto e wo montem. The big kind. Obebia be maybe oba asasi so ba na wo. Enti wa mu anam ho no unim ba e o maame. Some party ma wo no wo mbema na mba dia wo nua ba. E so bema wa wo manko a onko osoro ahimem ye hia no ho. Enti unam na manko na wo amusue na bo uni bia bia ko. Learn how to give birth to a male child. 0277-609-644. If you are a man who has just produced daughters without a son, your heaven going has been truncated. If you are a pastor without a son, you are in trouble. Look for a womb to produce a son because daughters because daughters have nothing to do. If you want more details, 0277-609-644. When I was going to the Bible school, these two people sitting here were still sinners before I graduated. And if you are asking with offering or asking as a church member, 0277-609-644 mobile number.
I don't need to call you. I'm here.
I'm not saying call. Send the offering now. And when it beeps, I answer. Let me shut up. And you're saying one city. Knowledge way only one city. Say na moye na nkofo mu nufu sa no ma hwefom won dia wo ka kire me say one Ghana city
offering there o ma it's once na
o ma offering the agi knowledge me bo a enti bu ade anka wo hwem anima one Ghana city wuti we me che one city abaje
o ka sa meje na ko te boni nkate are
o baje one city o benyi ache pa
amen
o sre me se me ma na wo sre enti enkomo na me di na munyanti ase no most women have found themselves in this conflict because obebia wotsnabia obema brabo mu hia so obema bia wonua ba or maame they are women in your life. The next woman like you obema uni ajanim mu ya adwuma bo mebo so mu ya colleague at work and you can have a female person at work who is just a colleague, nothing else. You can also become a friend to the person. A friend is somebody who you have a mutual relationship with without sexual intercourse. So obviously he is my boyfriend, she is my girlfriend. It means that you are a friend without sexual intercourse.
Because I can say girl lover and boy lover.
There's nothing called boy lover. It is unwanted English in phonetics. But there's what we call a sex mate.
Okay.
So immediately Jenny started no, you are no more a girlfriend. You are now a sex mate. It is graduation. You graduated from a girlfriend to a sex mate. Now, from sex mate, the another woman in the life of a man is called a side chick. Side chick are products that are blessed by God and given to enhance the marriage fraternity.
Counsellor, what did you say?
Are you sleeping?
I'm not sleeping.
What did you say?
You're just confusing my viewers.
Are you a viewer? Are you a viewer?
Side
I'm
chicks
viewing
are-
you.
Active for mekana brofo na yesi why you confused I'm mechanic. Obebia wo akukuduru ade obi kunu twempna e nyankopon hira ne adoma chede ade ama. Esanse oni obi kunu twempna boni bie ni asase so awaye. Obi yire bompa egu so enka wo da. Sasema mo kana ye ntro. Obi ani wo bi bompa ye tia obi oni obi yire obi kunu ana obi yire twempna.
So you're not a side chick?
Not yet. Because there's a level that provokes a side chick.
What level is that?
The financial capacity of managing girls like you with such skin color.
No, Beska.
Nasa Counsellor Oscar.
This can do the mumbedi.
Okay.
The edition kola wo fie na yenya sesia.
Okay.
Na menya de esom so a.
Back of it.
Modie so.
Back of it.
Wa hwe nsa no.
Back of it.
Enye se me febi. De ba nyina magya tum. So at the end of the day, a side chick is also a woman in the life of a man. And once you become a side chick, remember that you are going out with a married man. So when you are going out with a married man, you are not a girlfriend, you are a side chick. The next level of woman in the life of a man is called a baby mama, Shatamichi. Once you are a baby mama, you are also a woman in the life of a man. Now, in-laws, mother-in-law, sisters-in-law are also a particular type of women in the life of men. The last category that carries more importance and has weight, legitimacy, provocation and publication are called wives. And the ultimate chira wo bedwom aya den oyire bema ma bema wura no enti ono no yetumi de ne chira bedwom enti oba bia ya nya ho ade yetumi ne wo chira bia no ye gu ho enim ase because there's no publication rights, there's no legality. Enti ye no ko chira fie. I'm answering your question you asked. If they take you home as a sex mate and my mother sees you and appreciate you as a wife, you have disgraced yourself.
She's seeing some wife materials in me. That is why she's saying
now who sees a wife material? Is it my mom or myself? Are you going to
your mother?
Who is saying it? Who is saying in-law? Me, I brought you for sex. And my mother is seeing you as a wife material. Is she going to marry you?
She'll push you to marry me.
So when I push to marry you, remember, you continue marrying my mother. This is where the problem is. Most people have been recommended to choose a certain woman, not because they want to choose a woman, but because their mothers did. And then they want to build a relationship with their mother-in-law because and you know, we'll come to that. So I'm saying that if you want to say I have an in-law, you only have an in-law because you have the legacy, the legitimacy to become a wife. You cannot just be called a bedroom na a year back. Our dear Bekro na ye ya dear wo bem oni ejenim twempna or you kakra na asma babu fia na wa twantoma na nam ho na onam eyiye na ase na wo serve se na ye kokko yi hye tuntuma ebeyi kala na pie pa me hu wo to de ba unufu do so nti na obi abisa wo bedwam wan beni abaya we na ejenim pese o wale no ofiha. So you are introduced before marriage, you have disgraced yourself. You are not having an in-law.
A man and as a young ladies like us, I have said, oh, they make a Benjamin and Chester, like when
you are here and depicting your right of becoming a wife. Like the Shatawale in this girl here, seem to see here, or Fina no bedroom. Girl on no bush papa. Some papas or do bush papa. Now, all fan whom come up bedroom, I ain't Fina no bedroom. So I'm trying to bring you to your mindset. You can't have an in-law until you are married. And immediately you get married, your in-law, there are rules governing the marriage. One of them is what I told you, that you can only operate within you and your in-law through the law. That is me. So when you ask what should be the relationship, the first relationship is that there should be a cordial respect through me to my mother that you are in-law. But immediately it becomes like mother-in-law nti mommy one of the silly mistake women do oni mommy nyina ye pe enti me dia ma se bad there ma fa ne say me mommy if you take your mother-in-law as your mother you have a brain damage.
How?
And your marriage will collapse.
You need to have a cordial relationship with
when you use the word cordial, anytime you get to English phonetics and you hear cordial, it means that there's coordination. That's a word. So who is coordinating the communication? I, your law. So when there's a mother-in-law, there's a coordination. It's just like us are sitting down right now. If your people want you to insult me, they will tell you in the talk back. And people will think you are the one insulting me, but your director told you can't just say we're doing, and you say it in the talk back. So I am the talk back in this relationship. You cannot have access to my mother. So if you are watching me as a man and your wife is close to your mother, very soon the marriage will collapse and you will die. Simple. Because the kind of say only me mama koye baako pa mukumi. Be me bia yiri no mama ye baako owu na e ba ma. And it says yes. Yes. It's not important. You need to be an in-law to my mother. Respect my mother to the max because of me. But don't have a relationship. Mebano na ne wase ba mato pono mu didi.
Oh, Counsellor.
Umbuade. You don't respect.
So your wife doesn't eat with your mom together?
What's so disrespected that?
So what is the relationship that they should have? Say me who machi am twa man answer dem.
Umbuade u twa na chie mai de. U twa na chia na ginchira. Na ukura hu ne he. Be ma ne ho so ya de timi de no wade oba de nkotra busuafie. Oba bia ya wale nkotra busuafie bia ukunu tim woden. Se wo so na pa bia na se wo chia wase ba. Ma me chia wo me kwa aba. Efie kesi ma bawa. Mango dua si wa prase de bia. Uko kuro ma so be.
Ase oni ni wonum kwa na mango si bia oba.
Wa fie.
Enye bi kuro fie. Se
Ah,
be prase.
men kasa se video. Ukunu walo edo ko tena ne papa ne mama fie mu fie. Umbuade.
Se bia onu kwa ne na wo fo.
Anti be ma onu nkwa ne wo no walo no ko tena ne mama ne papa fie. Sitting room ye wa mu sitting room. Umada in law kitchen na ne ko share no ye wicked umbuade. So that we will go into the details why you can't be a friend to them. Because at the end of the day, if you are married to your mother-in-law's house and you are sharing the same kitchen, the same bathroom, the same toilet, the same sitting room,
bathroom and toilet you can't share.
Why?
It will be a one day one.
Abemuna na say mo sit down sao. Unity ntini e sit down one toilet. Obi ajo so say na bi obi yala ebe hu. Obi okoko okọ toilet e hu mo ja no. First ni kwa na tie fi no abonten. O ja se. Entwam enu mo ye enu etu fever e fa 3D. Say obi nto mo na heat na pia ba obi na e
what do you call it too much?
say we afina obeto flashing toilet. Ye de ye beto tubun e kwa tu rugbun. E fa 3D. What used to be that? With this your color?
I used to be that.
It's a fear when you have papa. And school, that's why I go school, papa. Who go bring girls? And Jamaican is there's a relationship, but that we have to establish between you and your mother-in-law, and you should not be a friend to your mother-in-law. That's my stand.
Only Ukrainians, and you want to talk to you want to report it to your mother-in-law. Can't you do that?
You know, I'm wearing a signature Louis Vuitton. Very expensive.
Hey, that's how America buy there.
Oh, when you're some America, them cobasa. I'm just saying, the Michelle boy and say last one they buy.
Okay.
More back be close to $800. Ebu and answer, you prepare me and send a boo.
It is a
say I did the boo at your touch me. Metro Bola so much to actually knock off, Mr. Say, Umpo, what should be that? Fatal, Mr. Why? Madame Besam, what is that? If you have a conflict between you and your husband, one of the first things you should never do as a wife is to report your husband to your mother-in-law. Don't do it.
So if there's
it's a sign of disrespect.
If there's a problem, now things are open, say, you be doing to your husband. No, I'm married to you and I've offended you. And you want to report what I've done. I'm not reporting. Because so being demon, so I met me no wakasa.
Oh, name me kasa afo bimu.
Yeah.
If you have a problem in the marriage, and you can't talk to me, who should you talk to?
Your mother, my mother.
You don't respect.
Why?
Why do you go and report me to my mother?
Because she's your mother.
If I didn't marry you, what you are saying, I will not do it. Maybe you go and tell my mother I beat you. My mother will tell no, me ban into sir. That's all while in what teaching a man about. That's what my mother will tell you straight. Go me Boba. So I'm telling you what it is. Your relationship between me and my mother, your mother-in-law, should be through me. So if me, the law, I have offended and said something wrong that you are not happy, the best people you should report to is not my mother-in-law, but your people. Go and tell your parents. The level that they can operate together, the relationship that can resume between my mother and our relationship is your mother's people, your father's people, and my mother and father's their relationship.
But Counsellor, in a situation where you live together, you
live together where?
In your like my husband's parents' house.
So you have been borrowed.
No, let's say
if you can see my bow, no, use the right word.
Okay,
if you can
see my bow.
Congratulations, the maid servant of the house. Speak bold.
Now, that is it. You live there.
Now your mother-in-law.
So do you have a strict relationship with your mother-in-law?
Now in that house you are working, whose house are you in?
I feel I'm in my husband's house.
You are not. Stop that feeling. That is nonsense pride. This is the house of your mother-in-law, and that is her house. That is her kitchen. This is her sitting room. The couch you are sitting in is her. She has the right to come.
So
man, hey, sorry,
It's young cases to dia say Bema enkwa enti ni fia.
Na Bema no ho oti we ma Bema no ho so ya ware wa we jimi fo.
O kan sa no ho aso sika o de be ware ni bibia wanya o oti. But onkwa hand dan no.
BUT ni kire say it negates the original conversation. Obi nka so bi si na so no wale o. Ubu ba o wale ne ko be papa. If you respect woman, you marry her. Metie I can naked myself. Metie make me mata de sesia. Me bo. Mentisi abrante onya nufo mi ni nufo it make me you kuku see ada wo pan bibia nsi, but you can't do that. So if you respect the privacy of a woman, you create for her a private space of living. Maybe aye kai wuti we wonko an wo bom asese ho atena ene wa call her single room self contained na say tiefi ene adwade ahyem embara dodo na omo high sad na say be ma be we one no mutumi fresh na baso no monko ebi adwene no ebi nso adwene say omo ko baby so a omo yemu bon and omo che wati afim and ye dede, so they don't want to bring an inconvenience to public toilet. Obu wo sheti afim na bono na ateko embebio enti wa call high single room self contained. Ade no e simple e dan kese ti se baby ayeti and na ti afim say enti be sra na ono amu oni pie oni asa enti watofo skirting no dey curtain na twam say mienu say and e bie mfimfin na tom enti I say automatic chamber ho ubie curtain na wani to your bed so sampa na dey nyem mba rough for abortion dem e say ubehwe TV atempa no so na wo stress our mind na so na nkoko ni awe no anyem enti say obi ba to say wo anya bibi sa na tim na dey eti oye na anyu so be walo na oswa e dey akotena another
Counsellor Ojemi Agbo
man
Counsellor dey your na Jeli you know his name
aji anim eye na adwen say obe wo so no frɛ me ha me boa aji anim eye na adwen say obe walo na on wale wo no you are living in a single room self contained, then he comes to marry you to another single room where the toilet is outside. Who come yentia o say hwɛ abraba sha se ni awale.
Because doing that out of love.
Any woman who do this out of love is very foolish, stupid, and will go to hell, and you will die early. You speak against a man fidie chiaboa because they be able to say tia nyankopon fidie chiaboa ni sunko eja ne so ani sunko onyonko mba hia sa awale te san wi asma ye we die nyame ne ye hwe no awale yi me nyame pa se me to me bo panka yetime mu o ye hwe nyame o fite fin wanna smile. So you want to be very careful when you're making this statement. When a man marries you to the family house, he is not qualified to be called a husband. Remember, you will suffer. I want to see any woman who can challenge me and tell me that I went to live with my mother-in-law and I was happy. Any mother-in-law that makes you happy in their house is not qualified to be called mother-in-law.
Oh, Counsellor, what women are not
Counsellor.
Monkasa, I think
because I know my uncle is married and I only near to the family house, and we are all living happily.
Have you spoken to your in-law?
My auntie.
Yes.
Yes.
When you go home, will you ask her a question? Is she watching?
I'm not sure.
Okay. See, auntie, once you're not watching, I'm sending you a question.
I'll ask her.
Ko bisane say. So baba that chibi.
So wo baba de we wa mema miensa.
Na so ni ma wo onfa banka ho. Ombra me chere ba wo tie. That chibi. Oba pini da. Se ne ba be ma no. Be wale. Oba bi te se wo. And na betena ni fia na. I will come back to this couch and bring all of us the answer.
Okay.
Because there is no daughter-in-law who can live with the mother-in-law in the same house and ever practice proper marriage. No daughter-in-law. Because the marriage is controlled by your mother-in-law.
But what do you call a proper marriage?
Proper marriage is when you're living with your husband and wife and you know you are a wife.
What is the difference?
That when you come and set up this water on the center table, it will be there because this is your house. You are making a home. You cannot make a home in your mother's-in-law's house because that is a house. Can you choose the type of paint they should paint in the sitting room?
I can suggest.
As who?
A daughter-in-law.
In whose house?
My husband's house.
Are you sure you are causing an inconvenience to your mother-in-law? Within her menopause at this age, she's supposed to walk naked in the house. That is her house. But because of you, do you know it's a curse to see the nakedness of a mother-in-law? And as for you, anytime your mother-in-law sees your nakedness, you have shortened your life by 5 years. In the realms of the spirit. Okay. You see, you are young, you are not coming. Let me explain to you. Okay. This thing we are talking about, this in-law issue we are talking about. If you don't have any right to. I hear men. Ni mama yale a mawale ni mama yale na me na betena efie na wo hwe no. No way, it's wrong. It's better for me to rent somebody from outside to see the nakedness and the uselessness of my mother than to make my wife go to her because it's a curse. You are not supposed to see the nakedness of your mother-in-law. And enti na wo a obi is na me yira wo ni mama ewu ni auntie bi a oni ne te no ye ka so ebe ifo enti be bia agree there me ma me na so be dware mbofra no me yire wo ye no na enya negotiation enya afi na be di nkomo wan na be dware abofra no there be me yire ma me all right me wa blochire me wa Ethiopia be bia me wo bia se me yire hia se obi be dware abofra na enya ma me na be ba enti ma me ka je straight ma me se wo pa abofra be dware a kwana ma me baba ndi na wo ba so oba wo na be dware no na me yire de because oba kwa wo ase oba ne hu dodo no kakra o de nase e kire se me ha ne yew na sa nase ho no ense me maame hu enti ne maame na be hu
na cause say sebe ne maame efri mo
ni ma ejabi wu a
me
oh untan kwa busua
ejabi wu ejabi ti ase
ejanim na ti he wa kire hu se ejabi wu ejabi ti ase enti amamre mu no so maame fi o kan kini ngu enani anu aduane na awia ye de wo show before fronsa enti wo maame na chiri ba wo wo maame ne cousin wo it is better for a family member to come and see your nakedness than to allow your mother-in-law to see. So you don't have right in the house of your mother-in-law. You don't make decisions and you become an inconvenience to her. Do you know why your mother-in-law is always angry in the house? Because one thing on to me tonight is so what to the fear. Baby or baby, so do you shop opinion you do baby ni tie quiet thing. Ni fear were 2 toilets. Only ni kunu or master bedroom toilet. But once a while no. Unya e ya say pie bra ebe ko bedroom so e wo guest toilet. But ubano e wale de ne baba efie nti no toilet ba ko e guest toilet no. Oma dia ka omo de hu say omo toilet omo use. Enti wo ko wide assemble. Your mother-in-law has the right to come into that toilet. You know that? But I did obi dwin a because say there be where abayisam mo wotie fi wo mo dem mo ade na cross rubber. She has right in that house. So don't force and become a friend to your mother-in-law. Rather, and know this. Being a mother-in-law, you are supposed to serve your mother-in-law. Are you aware?
Yes.
Good. Where you serve your mother-in-law is not in the house of your mother-in-law. Well, only who quite so was ba e woni fie. Na wase ba e ba fie. E ye wase de se wonya wo a wo be serve no. Sisi aye kasa no. Wa kwa kopie wo wase ba fie. Ento ye fi kesi mo abawa. Me yiri ko ye busu fie a onyane ntam. No, she doesn't wake up. Ye ko yi na me yiri ko ye fie a. Onyana go eden. Say, me ma me nua biane wo kitchen. Me yiri ko ye se na we po tutu we. Ah kama. Wa hyehyei na me wa kofie me ma me wo kitchen onwa frekesen kwan eji nipa hu ukọ chia na se wo ye oba apenti uwi a kitchen ono akọje papa ohula ukọ unim de ma me di tu nkwan ma papa unim de tem papa ejimi sa oba ma me this is the wrong section with in-laws, and let's teach them to know what my mother cooks for my father to eat. That is why till now they are still in relationship. They don't want you to see. You have no right to the kitchen of my mother. You don't have the right. Who are you?
So even if we visited your parents, now oh mommy no oben no eduan.
Ama wine.
Oni ho oben no eduan.
Ama wine.
Ye nyina.
Oni eduan ama ye. Oni ho.
Oni ho.
And so by then.
You right to make kitchen akọ no ama ye.
By whose permission are you entering the kitchen?
By my husband's permission.
I don't have right over that kitchen, please.
That is your parents' house.
That is who?
Your parents.
And who owns the kitchen?
Your mother.
So will you be happy?
In case where your mother is not.
So will you be happy one day you come home before you get there? Because I'm a husband, I've given your kitchen up for people to cook for you.
Which people? Let's be specific.
Oh, it could be an ex-girlfriend who was.
That one ex-girlfriend.
But you don't even know she's an ex-girlfriend. Most ex-girlfriends, I introduce them as cousins.
Counsellor, I said we are wicked. You're coming to your cousin one cow.
Now who are my cousin now? See a trim, we will be able to my cousin.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that we should give respect to mother-in-laws. There is no mother-in-law who is a witch. But because we become an inconvenience to them, why do you go to a family grounds and when families are doing their things, you interfere? You don't have that right. Let be respected. So my sister said, you know what they do? When I take my wife to our family house, they make sure they set up everything for her to come and eat.
Wow.
Yes. She has come into the territory that you should prove to her, say, you need service. They do breakfast for her, don't know being and eat. And the time Mama son was a few honor.
I saw your pepe.
If you can see my bawa or ye made number we feel. I saw a bar, yeah, man. But what are we talking about? We have women today whose mother-in-laws are running their kitchen. Yes. Ni mama fi e krasia be common one crime. Enti ni mother-in-law no na hwe nkola no. Enti onu kodwuma, oku adwuma, na asiba e na nu aduane ma fi o ma yedi. Anytime you allow
It's because maybe the woman and then the man both have a busy schedule.
And they don't get a maid servant.
Maid servant so say they are same baby.
If you have a house that you don't have a maid servant, your husband is wicked.
Whoa.
Yes.
Why?
If your husband sees that your wife is getting tired, you need to give her a maid servant.
It's a counselor.
Every woman that goes to marriage must come with a maid servant. It is part of the protocol of marriage. Look, a man who takes their children to school is poor. Only poor men drive their children to school.
I'm not accepting that.
No, your acceptance doesn't change the language. That you come and meet Bema. Bema or with your tria banchia. Friend who ponu a trade no crem. Tompa. Ya meno. Na ya meno wa hin ma tia banchia si wa menya wo foi. No ba na dia to aso. Na nso ben. Papa ya di rufa na tia banchia aglari ndwane. Fufu na odi ni dua bonko a. Some voice over no ya. Wo say? Voice over no ya. Yeah, if person.
But the point is so per your comments now, no?
Yes.
What should be the relationship like?
An in-law respectable relationship. My mother is not your friend.
What would you say is one?
My mother is not your friend, so respect her as an in-law. And I will respect you not to make you common in the sight of my mother.
So what conversations should they have?
I mean, they are not friends, so what are they going to talk about? Like she said, there's a conflict at home. Who should you report to? And in her example, she said we live together in the house. So once we live together in the house and I abuse you or say something wrong, you leave our room and go and knock. You don't respect. You knock my mother and father's room. Maybe at that age, they are doing sorry corporate and ko. No yo je. Man pacho ayame bonamo ofana mi Charlotte mini Sunday. Mo fana mi tonke saniko. Afon here. Mi neighbor mbo uyo. You see, the first time you go and knock my mother's door, she will ask, "Where is your husband?" Do you know why she asks that?
No.
Because you don't have the right to talk to me without your husband. My wife has not gotten the right to call my mother with my phone. Do you know why? You, when you call me, Unfortunately, you don't know how to store your name on my phone. And you won't see it till you die. Because the day you see it, you might commit suicide. Do you know why? Because it's my phone. And I choose to store by the names I can remember.
That one, we don't even advise.
Thank you. So, if you see your name on my phone, don't cry. But immediately I call my mom and she sees my name. That's the way she responds. And remember, anybody who picks phone, like this boy, he doesn't know phone management. He calls you, hello, they'll mention your name, counselor. Anybody who does that has a mental deficiency that needs counseling. Because you don't call people to announce who you are talking to.
They should know if you are the one calling.
No, I have your number. Until I ask who is, oh, hello, who am I speaking to? Then you want to introduce yourself. That is, you are saying who you are. But you don't call me and mention my name. So in the first place, he is talking to me. But all of you knows, hello, counselor. He knows you are talking to me. Is that not it? So my mother, you call my mother with my phone. The first thing my mother does, she has a way she responds. He says, hey, na agbomobi, ni penny, bokode, akono baba akope, or therefore, mi sike di ba akon aka, mi kweku, mi dade ba akope na me ya. One two boase, and I call fast, I buy we better now, so say yere. Me mpa ebon say, Debbie adi be sibiano, obe wupo if you abra bom, ma pe oba papa ma wa ware no. Well, I could now want to say this is the introduction for my mother in the phone call.
But I have called. Why should your mother give this law?
How will my mother know that you are the one calling?
So who friend, mommy? I want our friend. I will say,
no. So immediately my mother sees the name. She's addressing the name.
That's the baby man our friend.
Do you understand? And will pour her heart out to me. So why would I allow my wife to call my mother with my phone? You see where the trouble is? I have this young man's number. Name's number is with me. So when I see his name, when I miss his call, I call back. The reason why there's missed call are because of these things. So why will I pick a call and before I say hello, and he knows when they call what I do to him? Once I see his call, straight ahead, then you are the one calling. Then, oh, hello, Counsellor Mbacho, anybody who does that to me, I feel you don't respect me, I cut the call immediately. How do you do it? You make a phone call, then you now tell me, oh, my female host would like to talk to you. Please hold on for the call. So from where I'm coming from, I have changed the way I'm going to speak to you. I know right now I'm not dealing with him again. I'm dealing with you. So when you give your wife chance to speak to your mother-in-law on your phone, I have husbands who will put the phone call or call their mother on speaker or Bluetooth in the car while the whole family is there. And the mother will say what she's not supposed to say. Then, ma, oh, yeah, Bluetooth. If you call me and tell me you're on Bluetooth, I feel you don't respect me. I cut the phone call. I'm saying this thing to say, how do you communicate with them? How do you live with them? Your husband must make you look precious in the eyesight of your mother-in-law. Respect your mother-in-law. Let them be your miniature God in your life. Don't let them become common in your sight and don't be common to them. They are not your friends. So Christmas, you are going to give your mother-in-law a gift.
Okay. Your name Counsellor Lutterodt and in Como. You remember who was in the semi counselor? Obeyiano 0503-236-735 0503-236-735. Na we be sa counselor. It should take us as a counselor. Why I say it should just be an in-law respectable relationship. Enti counselor, yeah, you dey accept about. Enti we say what the can say. Oba ye wan ye di kofi a your friend aso no no dey. Your fan cancer. So what I was saying, maybe I who was a girlfriend. Okay, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pacha. First time for our free.
I'm Pacha Rebecca. I'm Kasasi Ashama Medical.
Okay, Pacha, was it this Saturday?
Pacha was a musu. I was in the rock with Nabu Nafida. Near Counsellor, I am Papa, my family. Uda cry, what is me the first people to say now?
What's it?
What you saying? It's really correct.
Mate, yo, that's it. That's it.
Also, what that cry? Also, what that cry? What's the baby? You know, oh, dead do. Sorry, Copra.
So,
if you can see my bower,
it has to do with the expectations of mother-in-law.
Because
you only expect to say.
Because you are the main servant in the house. Are you expecting your mother-in-law to wake up and sweep the house for you? Will you feel comfortable?
Hello, good morning.
You are a tenant in the house.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick, first, if I'm free fee.
Okay.
Your first, if I'm free fee.
I'm a free fee, Adenta.
Adenta, what's your first saying?
Okay.
Your first saying.
Utie ya TV numa ya nte oka. TV ni volume na kasa straight on the microphone.
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick, first, if I'm free fee.
But your friend is Betty. The free
Lobnava. Okay, Patrick.
I don't know.
The bottom question is the person the same counsellor say. Now, now, Mami Yare. Now, Obi in China. Who could be Tinako Abbott now in China? And after all, Mammy, crying, I know to the dinner of the Serawa. How long? No, between Yatina and China. No one. The field earlier swinging room says Conte and after China house says Conte. How long? No, between Yatina.
Okay, but Counsellor answer in the course of the program. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, Counsellor, we'll be
now in the first place, the Bemo Boo no more dying swan or more being beyond 48 hours.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your first safe and our free fee?
Your favorite approach, my free fee Adenta.
Okay, apples so.
Your favorite approach, my free fee Adenta.
Agos, me tie who
TV no why? They tell me from phone.
Okay, that one I think is very advisable. It's not good. Hello. It's not advisable, sir. It's not advisable, sir. But we're now in a family house. That one the banista will be a show near me.
Yeah, say I could say that. Say, yeah, I say okay. Hello. 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 Hello.
The line is hot.
Okay, me patron, who frepe, near Pekipe Dumu TV no. Hello. Who for phone say who frepe Dumu TV? Let's take me from the phone directly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
It is an even our free fee.
Good morning.
And then they are more high. Me say.
Yeah, no more how. You cannot tell any confusion.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Your first say even our free fee.
It's a neighbor, Counsellor Lutterodt.
Hello.
Hello, your first say even our free fee. Me patron, ofra. Dum TV set no. Let's see me directly from your phone. Then tell me if I TV so.
Tonga Tali.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Patron, your first safe and our free fee.
Hello.
Please lower your television set.
Me patron, do TV no. Do TV the mama. Why?
Femo blau no ka sha.
Yo, Madimuno.
It is your first safe and our free fee.
Hello.
Actually, we have to take it like this. Me patcho, oh friend, now you say, who take TV so I be hanging up on you, please. Send the over to me akasa lower the television set. Now go ask them. So be so we didn't work as if work as so yes.
Me call ya me te Hawaii. Monto wase. Na de moye no mugume.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Patcho, first safe and our free fee.
Me free mom probi.
Mountain Ifa.
Mamprobi me
Mamprobi alaje.
Mamprobi alaje. Okay, Patcho, come answer.
Ese medical counselor say wa akola fufuro o ma mi efiri mo be ma no ti ma mi efiri mo e na be ma no ni Ebesewa. Enusue.
Wrong.
Okay. Counsellor say wrong. Counsellor say wrong. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacha from Sefa na Ofrefi.
Pacha me ka se free and ka dance.
Okay. Pacha from say.
Na why you dey fi so na head.
Pacha Femi Abu.
Abu ko sa mo so.
Ya pana kana no klepa na madam Fubi. O se na yere woye. Na yere woye no se na ase betra no. Because of also what plan in so me oye no dulu. So ntumi anye ta de nti later no ba ne so ye keke no ma man complain say ne maami obetra na ntie nti wa mo ntumi anye no dulu. Ndi nya ba yi papa no kana ye no krepa te ente se wa ati obetra wo so.
Okay. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Pacha from Sefa na Ofrefi.
Yes, I'm a Rita.
Pacha, Pacha, good TV na live.
Pacha, the council panel, Papa, mother-in-law, before that, over something to wear back out.
And the folk come barrow.
Isa Kabama over me. O frepe do TV no. Let's see me directly from the phone. Hello.
And the folk come barrow.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pacha from Sefa na Ofrefi.
Pacha me Ofrefi Kaswa, e Femi Raymond.
Raymond, ko asem so.
Pacha me pege mi busa te. Nti ze o are oba, o ti fa ne kwatra wa titi.
Only the compare wo say maid servant ana den.
Hello.
Hello, Pacha, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacha from Sefa na Ofrefi.
Pacha, Miss Referee, Pupasi.
You from say?
Friend Gloria.
Okay, Gloria, ko asem so.
Pacha, some of kana no krepa. Me issue of the room here. Me name boy Messi. Ma kotina ho.
Ma counselor both.
Pacha, asema o kokon febe. Wo dey meet you? Meet you.
Na timbia me ne boy ne be kanu attach o ma.
Isa, okay. Counsellor advice.
Sister, what's it? Sister, also okay. Sister, also then, okay. What a boy no say we any den. Ne yire ne mpna ana ne den. Say we ne den.
Ne mpna.
E de mpna ye tena be ma so. Oh, what him ma. We den. Mama, to call fear why na nya buo. Why? Better. It is better for you to be sleeping in the compound of your parents on the floor than to live with the man who has not paid your bride price and be acting like.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacha from Sefa na Ofrefi.
I can imagine this councillor say the all can Ghana hamra na say. So me feel free, Maya.
Then now can specifically the one na Ghana mra na. Bosu bi the one na obi say Ghana mra na me nchira mra no the one. Ebi ti say den na maka wa.
That means the all can Ghana ha na say.
The one
so what the one.
Maka nsem bebre nti the one na say Ghana mra na. Say abawale ba edina ko tra single room ti afiu abonte na Ghana mra na. Na what is a single room a won't brofon so a nso to ya want na de achi wo for mafo.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pacha make us free media.
Okay, Pacha from saying.
Me Pacha FM Anita.
Okay, Anita, call some so.
Pacha FM Anita.
But call some so.
Me Pacha me to say me kasa some na councillor e ka no. Eye no kure pa.
Yete wo.
When the TV is on, we had it.
Me patrol. Who frepe do TV no mami?
Dum nansa wa fre.
Hello?
State it right.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Patrol France and fan free.
Patrol Femi Nana, because Sophie Amasaman.
Okay, Nana, my intel.
Aha. I'm not being contributed to Counsellor, but I'm contributing to phone calls.
Patrol, it's you.
When the phone calls come in, Nasa will be so fair. You see the other line beeping where 20. As some Counsellor the count, Nipa no one line so the count. It's very difficult to hear.
Okay,
there will be that pick a call no back and then hand it over to you. I think saying can no best than say call never interact with.
Okay,
conversation.
You be doing what you might and okay. Hello. Okay, Counsellor. You tell me also.
Yo, Suleiman Kotoka. Just send a message.
Hello.
That why do you people?
Hello.
You don't have any better person to bring
Good
to the
morning.
studio except this comedian. Suleiman, because it is a comic show. That is why they brought me here. And you are still watching, even as a comedian. Oh, look at your name, Suleiman Kotoka. Your name alone shows that you don't have a proper orientation. But keep watching. People like you will keep you till you change. A show pass or wale bad I got bush if you see any.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. It's the Counsellor.
Actually, my uncle Facebook.
Okay, Facebook.
Comments ni bi wo. Na Nekio also was a very funny man. Tata Steven say Counsellor, give it to them more fire. Loving Counsellor already, more fire. Besmak Opoku Yabo say international Counsellor. Kweku Opoku JB say good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, Patrick France and Father Prefi.
But your friend is up here because it's free a bit like Dakuma.
Okay, Patrick, how was so?
Me Patrick, me taking the Bishop Counsellor say, so what worry? Odo yere akọ wa fifi bia te fe eyire ebia o ma me no papa nko anete enti no mokọ ya no wife sa de achi a o expect say wa so no na ensole nkopra ana so wife betinya asore akopra.
Okay,
but choboko sra ya na mote ho but choboko sra ye ana moko tna ho. There are two things.
We feel like this, but I think
under no circumstance will you visit my mother's house and wake up in the morning to sweep. Are you insulting them?
Okay. So
Number two, if you live with us, you have become a maid servant and you have to serve us, which is wrong.
okay. It is that's in Fabian Warena ni kunse wo and then yen posra ye mama a okwa yen so sorry pra
No ko pray for.
Hello.
we dey asem we dey
Father ko pray for.
Morning.
Patrick France and Father Prefi.
Patrick Femi Nadia.
Nadia Prefi fa
Patrick si go close it.
kokro biti. Okay, Nadia, ko on sem so.
Patrick say be man na be you knocking. Wait na sanitary man.
Dabi o no kenya wade e ya bisa enti men go si hwe. Why? Who see agiska dey see na agiska why?
Patrick Counsellor you are no fefe amame.
Counsellor, Counsellor.
Good morning.
You should sleep for your.
Hello, good morning.
About where are you going to sweep?
No, so right now I'm
Hello,
also
good
taking
morning.
the advice you're giving me that even when the circumstance happened that you're worrying me about
so immediately I said two. Say ya wale wo na wukunu and wako tena busia fie na oji tumu dia wako e fi kesi mabawa.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick France and Father Prefi.
Patrick Femi Karo me kasa fi new town.
Okay.
Say we do kunuche rented house, no so mo got na family house ah. Me person Bishop Counsellor say ya na say.
Enye bewu.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
But your first if na free.
But your feminine.
Okay.
Me patrol miss. I think say what Counsellor is trying to establish in say. Oba ntimi nko oba afofo fie enko prama no. Are you saying nti won visit here no? O maame no papa o mo mpre fie ho. Ana o maame no papa o mo nya aduane. Who be reciprocate the other coffee of our mobile amount when they also come visiting? I think that is the issue.
Okay.
As simple as that.
Thank you, Nana, for calling. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, morning.
What's your first and our free?
What do you say?
What's your first and our free?
The very family, I'm got from Cobelia.
Okay.
Now, the Counsellor, can you mean anything?
I didn't hear.
You can mean anything. How come tell me, mammy, me I'm dealing with the mammy, no, what some yam. Many people 48 hours so be she. Me mammy, say the I see and I see what okay.
Or therefore, Mr. Wo, Abaya no say, Omo Dani here.
Okay.
A doom TV net team of phone. Abaya no say, Omo Dani here, chamber and hall, Pieni asa. And to my many better almost a Mr. O mammy Srana, we appear na some ambedai. Mr. was so boom, mammy, no, but Sra will piena sa, or better 3 months, or better. Mimi mamma in that form. And I mean, family may eat in Panusuma, mamma, and that's what that. As a mimi chimayaso come, mammy. And you're back dying. Me catch them will say, pay our money in bay. Wumpo, a better. I'm a walk of Facebook, I could kindly and go for a
Hello, good morning.
What bread? Yeah, George Lutterodt.
Pacho, my honest to come on, why? You're from 7 or 3.
The family now me perfume too.
But that's so Tonga Tali.
Okay, now call on some so.
Any accounts like trainer now me person me come because.
Pacho you.
My tree isn't good, so let's remove that.
Now you're two cow. My honest to Nakasa.
Okay, let's say any accounts like trainer. I can agree with Counsellor. Normally I don't agree on what you say, but this time I agree with Counsellor. Because honestly, no, about the saying now, Oba, ultimately, we don't have in-law. Now, we say, for any amount. I won't for no, weren't they able to do what you want to do for them. So I wouldn't like anyone to come into my kitchen and cook for me.
Okay.
So I think now how we will do an in-law kitchen without the permission. It's not right.
Now me that's yourself. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Oh my God, it's good.
I didn't okay. We'll be online.
Now, hey. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your friend say if I'm Casafi?
Maybe Mami Ama, me Casafi my.
Okay, Mami Ama, honest not na ko wasem so.
Me Casafi my dear.
Pacho yo ko wasem so, my ntonka.
Me ku next. Was fie. Yen na yet fie mo. But the other should be I know one Mami Ama. Bibia confusion. Is so any. Yene ne maame na tie ne maame wo to bibia problem hia no afa ne maame no aba na ma nti se ne menye den
Counsellor oboware odi ni kru net na bibia na kru afa ne ma
oboni maame amane a maame oboni maame amane a wo so ade ha wo so ko bo maame amane ani bi owo ho kwan se oboni maame amane ende se mfa ho. Oh, that's it.
My kind comment.
Come be crap.
No, didn't come on, my man, and found.
Okay. Counsellor. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Patrick Frost.
Good morning. Hello.
Tonga Tali. I'm a TV.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Patrick, I am the last caller. Patrick Frost.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Mete wonka do mu TV na tie me.
Morning. Lepacho. Victoria.
Okay. Okay, Victoria come on so.
Very party. Lepacho. National Nancy. Santiago ni na di because phone. Oba ko be manisi. Akoye ju ni ahunse eyo baba. But this word maybe yes Oba warrior upon our your own wisdom. And let a tower be free. A man got a move power almost no mass. On this say upon our a better nothing for our monster. The circle about the warrior, what's the way to do? By 4, and now that's the top of that. As you saw one now, as you want to see any yama, and no exam, no honey, I would say, we over that. But that didn't run of now. All Yande problem overseas. By because of biology, let's see, to call us to call us to
okay. So you better say, the course no, ABC, Counsellor.
I'm making kind messages.
Tonga Tali.
Counsellor, I'm making comments.
Tonga Tali.
Besmakopoki was international counselor, sorry. Lord Berry said, please, can you send me airtime, please? I want to watch the show. Counsellor, what the cap? Thank Koba.
Or yes, sending the airtime, not for what
the number not was 055021421.
Yes, sending the airtime. Non fan watch show no. Osuya dia mame.
Thank Koba Sita say, I just like the way Counsellor always explain the issue for our understanding. Eric Alote, please allow him to educate us, please. Okay. Just when the house and say Counsellor is not confusing us, so he's just the best. God's love, Ecclesiastica, Counsellor is making sense anyway. Amma Michaels, true. Evelyn Tete, very true. Male Dread Simpson, the ladies should sit well. Thank you, Bachomati.
Now sir,
Mohammed Amando say the one and only Counsellor in Ghana. You see in Ghana, who say the whole world?
Well, I'm an international counsellor.
Okay, Mame Ya Oswa. As for this one, I support you, Counsellor. Okay, Esther Otre Boatin say, and why would you speak such ill talk about your wife if she despises her so much? Why bother to speak about her? Focus on your son then. Swift Sego say, I just love this man. He's always on point, and it takes someone with logics to understand him. You leverage say, how smart do you need to be to know how to call in a program? Okay, tomorrow I'm friend now. TV sets in the way. This is simple thing to people don't know. People don't know how to do really. Okay, 2022 and people still call and want to still hear the Joe. Okay, I mean jump in if said also. I will never live in family house with my husband. Good morning, Jane Dav. Kofi Sami say hi, please. With the issue of the mother-in-law stuff, I disagree with Counsellor. A wife can build a proper relationship with my mother. They can even be close. It's not a bad thing for a wife to have a good relationship with the mother-in-law. Counsellor on Sempa. Nana must say the truth hurts, but Counsellor, you just told us. Thank you, Counsellor. Mr. Akopu, you answer Counsellor 1.
Counsellor, obi say ono felese ne mama the wife between have a good relationship. They can be very close. A quick one on that.
Unfortunately for us, there's nothing called good relationship. My wife and my mother can never have good relationship, but they can have a respectable relationship where my wife knows her limits on what she can tell my mother.
That is where I'm not getting. What can she tell your mother?
What she can tell my mother is what my mother can hear. For example, if the two of us have a conflict, the last person that my wife can go to talk to is my mother. If you have a conflict, I've married her, there's a conflict between the two of us, the best she can do is to go and tell her family and not my mother. So we need to learn these things. It might not be an easy road for people to learn, but like, for example, as this lady is sitting here, she might be thinking a lot. It would take a lot of decision to live with a man who says, my mother is not your friend. Respect my mother. Even in giving, going to give gifts to my mother. You need to know what you're going to give my mother. When you can give my mother. It's not all funeral activities that my wife attends. Because not all funeral activities that she's needed. My cousin's brother's first friend died and they needed us. Even me, I don't think I should go. Your wife want to attend. So let's learn to respect mother-in-laws. And let's allow mother-in-laws to enjoy their space so that we'll have a better thing. If I've answered you, yes, I can continue if you have any other question.
I think I'm okay now. So you're
done. So, my final words so I can step out. So my final words are that in-laws are important in our relationship circles. And the secrets to young girls like you who are coming, talking jolly, popcorn relationships. So for them, who can say yes, see our crowd. Diwo hine. Diwo hine. Is see am podi. Say we podi a virgin. And say virgin. Wow. Hello. Hey. Another don't thank you. We are proud, sexually active girl.
Yes, I'm right.
Why are there? Really? For 2 years. Or why I say the 2 years? Why? See when Shawoni, you must say, you make kindness or him tonga tali to wasi. No well ye. The American in our say, Abaya be or Timmy Benkum, me for year tea, come a so tune wasi, no kawa dim. Ebiati way, no crane say, on same fata say, Ejini Bewalo. Ebia, o se fata sober Toma Wadiaso, now a sumajo. And it to wasi. No, yeah. I saw another down. The next time I have the opportunity to come and teach here, I come and tell you the troubles the church is causing relationship. And tell me when a time. But that's what him. Get the same brantel. And he make sure boss say next time you ever bought 1025. Na me waha. But you make sure say and temo and temo and crofone on person with you. I tell people if your viewers are loyal and they want to learn.
No, so
how many hours I have?
Extra.
1 hour 22 minutes. Let's say me 45 minutes. I'm supposed to do 45. I 1 hour actually. What you are doing so on the way what? It's a wabo pampers. But you me say me can't die personal because I say Ghana for me chair when you counsellor ni. Me dem asem dem me can and conformity and men for move for so go bi ambebo. Get away or you're empty. Boy or you're empty. Producer put the moon that in phone number huda. But you make me na me kasa e wonti asem bia se a tonga tali enya hwe na me ka de bia se be me bia woti ase a wo be me wu a woti oba wo ye widini hwe Abraham wonim no na Abraham na wi Hagar ta ma wi Hagar na se wa gina na Hagar wo se yedi wo when matra wache na onum tonga tali
Counsellor dey we you 500 cedis
emposi ka keto wa boy edropa ni 500 ade amaje nim pese ori wa wo mpene nie tonga tali anti ampo pese ori everything you go chop the guy just accuse you remove your mouth.
I have nothing to say.
But
can you say everything I want to chop?
I mean, this one too.
No, don't sit down.
The last two I met, they said the same thing. Only she. Tonga tali a drum. Me dia be me bia be ma wu. Me sra bo modern ne 2 1 na mo. Nanu medru capsules nanu bi. And at the same way so. Tea ni nyina wa ha. Ade ba ko amaka no kure pa ne se. Wo a woni ma be ku Santana. De ntia onya kwan efe girl na no oja ntesuo no na wan re ginger ninti baby a wo bia ginger and cheese we America we Ghana me da mo nyina ase wo a pa adwuma ye frɛ me 0277 609 644 0277 609 644 untumi nwo na te be ma ho na enkoyi a frɛ me yengu awade no frɛ me da wase se na mo gye me ba ha that's 7 for smesamba why ase be che and away
Counsellor, let me say it.
We just try to say me.
Eti your back kind messages kakra I wa say.
Okay. Eti for back kind messages na you.
Fani na go.
Ma sisa.
Okay. Was there good? Ma dey bibi amopo. Enti na
Yeah, kind messages.
Never know fan ko biom. Fan ko biom.
I say, please, he's spoiling the youth and he's not speaking the truth from the Bible. I'm funny doing any baby.
Bible, what the Bible about?
Patch on your friend, next time I'm free and for WhatsApp. Hello, this is Mingo from Amasama. I think Counsellor Lutterodt I didn't even spelling you. It's telling the truth, but I think he's wrong when he said we can't kiss at public. Okay. And we say it's very, very true. It's very, very true. I stayed with my mother-in-law and I went through hell. My marriage didn't work. I have learned my lesson. Gloria. Okay. Good morning to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Counsellor is saying the truth seriously. I'll allow a man to marry and put me in a family house. If that man can't afford to build or rent, I'm sure she wanted to say, I won't allow a man to marry and put me in a family house. If that man can't afford to build or rent, then he would not call himself a man or husband. So he would forget about getting married. Needing any baby or Counsellor feeling so Good morning. What Counsellor is saying is true, because you can't feel comfortable living with your mother-in-law. Imagine when making love to your wife and your mother-in-law just in the room.
This issue.
It happened to me
11
now.
months.
I'm happy living alone with my wife and kids.
Yes. Nobody here they no go board down. I cry. Bibi aboko. Because girl need to who need to send to call. Wait. Nani mama yem she so who see the banada.
Because the banter can go about 10 to.
Me just say who dey be na here kan ma.
This man, love is not about money. What if I'm getting old and I don't have money? Shouldn't I get married?
I disagree.
I'm not agree with I'm not
money answered everything.
I don't agree with all what this man.
Will you marry a man with that money?
Saying no, please.
Or don't iskadi on abefa.
Good morning, Meka. Please, Counsellor, I want to know who should be my maid.
Mufie ya kan wembo. Or don't iskadi na kan. It's a go where me baba an come ton. Or don't iskadi fathers me kan bo.
Counsellor, obeto am messages dey.
Sabinji was me kan no cry na twi.
White Sebo Hobium.
Odonis Kadena Befa.
Good morning, please, Counsellor. I want to know who should be my maid in my husband's house.
Mobi somebody a krena dia man boy Jimmy no Jimmy keke. God is all here. On one time, ade na are. Ade aye pede akoji ade wo sura yime wo de.
Oh God.
Plastic toothpick. Yanko.
Please, Counsellor, I want to know who should be my maid in my husband's house. Should it be from my family or my husband's family? Doctors from Madina.
Go to an agency. If your family has no noble person, go to an agency.
Counsellor, you are so intelligent. God bless
that one
you.
I know. That's why I didn't complete school.
Counsellor, being harsh. Please, Counsellor, please. I'm in a relationship with a guy who is not yet married to me. I support him in anything he does. The mother always wants to call and speak to me. The guy too always do things with the mother on any decision that comes into his mind before he tells me. I've now rented a single room and I'm living with him. I've now realized some things from him which I want him to distance himself a little from me by leaving me alone to stay, and also for him to also prepare himself well so we can marry. But whenever I mention that, he keeps saying he has nowhere to go. Please, what do I do?
You have established an NGO, so call me and let's expand it and register it on 0277 609 604. Because if you are sensible and clever, why would you rent a place and bring somebody's son inside? You are very, very shameful.
It's good for a wife to maintain some distance between herself and a mother-in-law, but give the necessary respect. That way, you would hardly have issues, and trust me, she'll respect you big time. Okay, I'm Josephine from Pokwas. You are doing a great job, pa. Keep it up. Thank you. Counsellor, you've said it all. May God richly bless you.
I receive it through mobile money 0277 609 604. God's blessings should come with mobile money. Continue.
For me.
I'm the one sitting here.
Hashtag let him from Odoko Bizia. Okay. Tell Counsellor, please, I'm Celestine from Counsellor, and everything that Counsellor is saying is very true. Tell Counsellor he do Jody. Good morning, my lovely people. This is Stephen from Pokwase. He said side chick is a nice creature from God to married men.
Yes.
So should it be something married men should look into to get one for?
Yes.
And is it okay to marry one person?
No, it's better to marry more than one.
Hello, Bridget from Kaswa. Very bad. Hi, good morning. My name is Debbie and I would like to address some issues. I am about getting married, but my sister-in-laws are against the marriage. And my man happens to be the only guy in the midst of ladies, so they have a high expectation of who should marry their brother. Can the counsellor please help me out? The number, no, go back.
0277 609 604. You are about to get married and your sisters-in-law are not interested in you. Sister, Ye kukurumponi.
Hello, good morning, sister. Please, I just want to know if the man there knows he wants to disorganize your show. Eric from Oyarefa.
Yes, that's why they brought me for disorganization, Eric.
Please, we didn't bring you here to disorganize.
But I say he's asking a question.
Please, can I get your number? Wow, you are looking sweet.
Who?
Oh, you obviously.
I told you, men don't look sweet. I'm not a gay, but 0277 609 644.
Hi, my name is Nanekia from Medina. Please, I want to ask Counsellor if it's appropriate for in-laws to come and stay with married couple who lives in a chamber and hall after birth for like 3 months or more.
So why would they sleep?
I like the way I give you short answers. It will make me finish fast.
Yes. Because I see you have a lot of messages.
Yes. Chief, I'm calling from Teshi Accra, and I took my fiancé and my daughter to my mom and dad's house. And for what I've seen, Counsellor is really right. Thank you, Chief. Wasas and this sticker super. This is all true because I'm not taking my wife and my daughter to my mom's house because I don't have my privacy. Can I please get Counselor's number?
0277 609 644.
Please, those calling through WhatsApp, I'm not going to pick up. So please, kindly put a stop to it. I beg you. This one, when I even pick up, you lower your TV set. See, way back, you used to say all sorts of things about single mothers. I mean, horrible things. Way back on Tales on GH1, he used negative words about children from. This man needs counseling himself. His utterances makes people feel bad and should take note of that. Actually, you better want to say a active morning show no, and I'll join you my share no. Yeah, that more I'm joining your Facebook. You better want to say when I need Counsellor Lutterodt and a church and come. You just say when you are just who ye pa, who do the out to go to a dream. So I was not meant to family be.
Hey, what for be?
Of course, I'm.
And I'm Sisi Kanye or then I will call for.
Your poor me you want no.
Usudo boy ne share. You go see a time. Ti say you are.
Counsellor, you are the best. My one
me, my bodam. Okay. 0277 609 644.
Eti ena ye manti a omo wetina adwumadi say ye Clement ene agenu hwe omo ntade so omo hwayefa fi hankra daroma na osiesie omo kama fi hankra obenya fi hankra echi akwai wa ablik ma Pentecost Junction ko hono ma ne bo eda fem chese atade bia wo ye oba wo ye bema wo ye akola o peni yo wo ko be sort out se wo be program na be sha atade nko na be ko bebi na ba sha atade nko ade a any if when you try your free hand card designs not on CSO. Miss Mata de kama ye a shemi a carousel and a palm at the shemi mamma who ye carousel or Nyamiko bus stop or Kohon Mon so Sanam Sikana Tambian, Uni shape our Bepamata de Amawina shape in Sinusha carousel a charcoal or Nyamiko bus stop. I think so our Instagram as carousel or call on Sabeti Eddie and Sour Sour home make up Ruby's Elegance and a CC Ruby's Elegance a mobile baby I will be a or beba no abc so the number is 020-515-343 020-515-343 Meda crew ni na say MCR too sweet or say less sugar it sounds so best obenya diabetes Meda na say so obama bibia etini basket no so kama I think so white Peter Johnson Steven omunya ebeda ma see Evans appear yada na so no so at the sports ebe fam Meda ajenim ene Clement so ase afeni etwa to okra ono me ma ne catwo san say oyo pemu na nkasa me kai hono no say me slow down na me to me no ramp no potholes. The executive producer, Apostle General Bakope, when I na yada see be say brain no tie chi bibi emoji na mubi enti o ma ye vim no tie chi pampe e ma yetimi di bibia ebrem yada see bebre Counsellor also me da say no say wo hwe me
me last point I be ban say me da mo say mo invite me na me nka che obi a wo hwe me a we music director we good artist wo kuro say the Ghana Nigeria Music Award Festival in Ebaso Atlanta, Georgia. Ebaso a biggest competition. When you Ghana Music Award, then we Ghana Nigeria. Ebaso June. Network no ye biatum. Website need them www.gnmafestival.com. Unim say onum ye da. Kona ka upload wo ni inshia ho. Ghana Nigeria Music Award Festival. Mesra ko website ni se sia na fa wadwuma to. Unim num to nko ade a ko. Modern na ko unim flowers bi nim kai ne say on fa na nyum nko ese Cecilia Mafo kura de ne dia ba
Counsellor, that's last comment. And madam, you look wow. I like your dress. Thank you. Carry on the prime. I'm kind to wait me. Mr. Medin, Ademame, Abna Fabia Kente. Friday edition of the morning to a honey edibesi. Monday, Obersa Ababishan. Week nina say. Yebesa Eddie Atemu Puchu. Na make I say and na anadri 8 p.m. The AE show. Yeah, the air bro. Friday. I say. Release your stress on us, because you already say baby release your release your stress. Weekly na traffic and yakonya bani na him say wa bre. Akose Japan and a basho this winter and paya a big shot into Asha for take note say 8 p.m. and ne pepe ube sinkonya no wa share both on TV and on social media na Facebook at Active TVJ so na YouTube at Active TVJ say na yeja mo hono bye bye.